summon him. I need to speak to him.
Ha! I doubt that Aaron, the new captain of the Vanguard, a man in grief, is going to waste his time on a grimy outlander.
Aloy!
With the words of power spoken, Aaron then appears to prove that the power of convenience trumps logic.
What logic? They met before and hit it off nicely, so there's no reason to think they wouldn't let it through. Why would he not? There's no logic being broken.
I heard what happened to Ursa. I'm sorry.
You'll find that the majority of characters in this game have a recently dead friend or family member that they bring up in conversations. Often that's the focus of their mission.
Bad shit is happening, and that shows in the world around you. You'd rather have side quests of picking berries for insufficient reasons, because doing things that actually matter are sin-worthy, apparently.
Why is it every time something terrible happens, everyone else tells you the worst thing that ever happened to them, as though that makes it easier?
Everyone in this game has dead family. I'm pretty sure bonding over it is part of the culture.
So you just send the game for sharing everything about death, and then send this guy for complaining about everyone talking about death. 100 sins.
Augmented reality investigations continue to be a plague on modern games.
A plague? Why? Because they evolved how gaming works? Okay, boomer.
How did you learn to read glyphs? And these things that you see, how do you do it?
Why would a 1,000-year-old piece of tech be capable of reading a language that didn't exist when it was made?
Again, with the 1,000 years old thing. Holy shit, dude. Also, this is a repeat sin from the last video, so I will be repeating my sin from the last video as well.
I checked Ursa's tomb. You were right, Aloy. The body is missing a scar below her right knee. I gave it to Ursa when we were kids, fighting over a toy sword.
Unless you tried to kneecap your sister when you were kids, I'm at a loss as to how you gave her a scar there.
He obviously hit her with a sword. Are you even trying anymore, dude? Holy shit.
I think he drew a map with his own blood.
Blood map cliche.
Not knowing what an actual cliche is cliche.
My men are waiting outside of town. I'll grab them and meet you there.
What happened to not wanting to put your men in danger?
So you did hear him. Well, you should have known that things are different in the two scenes and the context has changed, but obviously you don't care to look for those things.
Derval says you gotta eat dirt.
I think you may have misunderstood that order. Derval didn't mean it literally as in making Aloy eat dirt. He meant kill her. So next time try aiming your rocket at her instead of at the ceiling so that dust gets blown in her face.
Doesn't realize these primitive rocket launchers aren't equipped with 100% accuracy. Feels bad.
They must use these to protect themselves from that awful sound.
We call it the Chainsmokers.
I call it making a joke and then sending it cliche.
I got a message from Derval saying he wanted to parlay. I didn't come for you because I knew it was a trap.
That doesn't mean you had to walk right into it.
Oh no, I am not gonna let you get away with that one. Future me editing this. Cue the rest of the scene.
I should have been with you. Why didn't you come for me? I know I'm a useless trunk, but...
No, idiot. I got a message from Derval saying he wanted to parlay. I didn't come for you because I knew it was a trap. I couldn't let you get hurt. Just didn't think it'd be that good a trap. Thought I could take him out.
Ursa survived just long enough to warn them that Derval is going to attack Meridian. Why did Derval even kidnap Aaron's sister if he was going to destroy Meridian and take his vengeance then? It's not as if she was vital to his plan. He lured her out, kidnapped and tortured her while revealing his plans, then left to enact it while she was still alive.
He left her in conditions that would surely leave her for dead, which is pretty much what he did. So they had about a 45-second conversation and then she died. He got there right at the nick of time. What?
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Derval promised. Smoke will darken the sun as the city goes up in flames.
Will it though? This is only a few barrels of explosives. You blew up a bigger cache of the same stuff earlier when hunting the Eclipse, and that explosion wasn't anywhere near big enough to destroy a city.
That explosion also wasn't in the middle of the city in the second floor of a house covered in that shit.
Derval placed his bomb right next to a door that opens into a drop right off the mesa with which to dispose of the bomb. You just dropped that bomb into a section of the city beneath the mesa, you crazy bitch.
Yeah.
That was a profound waste of time that should have been a side quest.
That was the end of the missions where you find the sister, right? The one that died earlier, right after right? In that string of side quests. Damn, it's almost as if you didn't even play the game.
Maker's End is crawling with Eclipse troops. To help you deal with them, I've left some useful equipment just outside the ruins.
Somehow I managed to race you to that location after hearing Olin tell you it's where he saw the hologram of the woman who looks just like you, leave supplies there, then leave.
It's revealed that he has been to all of these places before she was even born, so he would obviously know where these locations are. So I don't see how him knowing where it is, going there, and preparing it for her is unreasonable.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
That's what happens when you ask Siri to search for Android phones.
And this is what happens when you send another one of your own jokes.
I guess Samsung was the manufacturer of focuses.
Making a
We've created this huge and beautiful open world for our game to take place in that's full of robot dinosaurs to fight. Let's stick the player in one empty cave after another and have them listen to audio logs and watch holograms for the last act of the game.
This is so garbage, dude. You do realize that this is the most important info reveal of the game, and you're bitching because you're not in combat for the millionth time. Okay, dude.
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal.
I don't think Lance Reddick has ever once played a character who gives a straight answer. The guy can make it sound like he's answering your question while feeling nothing but contempt for you as he talks in metaphors.
Gives writers and actors credit, then sins them. Okay, dude.
This is the second time I fought a Deathbringer, and they do not live up to their name. These are the same robots that wiped out every advanced human army and destroyed the biosphere 1,000 years ago. Yet Aloy can take them down with a bow.
Okay, play on ultra hard, which is most realistic. Use only your bow, then realize this is one of millions that were attacking at once and continuing to self-replicate.
Of them wearing focuses. The moment they see you, Hades will too. He'll issue another kill order, and this time, the entire Shadow Carja military will be after you.
Is there some way to cut the web down?
Crash the network. Audacious. Yes, there is a way.
Even if you crash the focus network, they know what you look like. They could simply have their agents be on the lookout for someone who matches your description.
The focuses make it impossible for her to do anything around there because they can scan the area for her and they can literally find her immediately through the biometric scanning. Taking them out was hugely important.
There goes AT&T.
And there goes another 50 cents.
You knew Hades was there and you sent me to him?
I won't deny I risked your life, but it was the only way.
The reason for taking down the focus network was so Hades couldn't see Aloy through the focuses of his men and give a kill order when she infiltrated the city. By sending her directly to Hades, you just cut out the middleman and put her in the same danger she would have been in had she gone straight to the Shadow Carja capital.
So you do get why taking the focuses out were so important. Dang, son. Sounds like lazy writing, sin padding, and a whole lot of sins rewarded.
What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness.
As far as sci-fi plots go, I like the idea of terraforming the world to support life again after it's completely destroyed. Of course, I also liked it in Wall-E.
You know what I don't like? You feeling like it's been too long since it's been a sin and just making a comment and then sinning it.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Somehow I doubt that you're knowledgeable enough about file systems to know what this is at a glance. Hell, I know what a file registry is, and I would have to inspect Element to know what it contained.
Do you have a focus? Also, all the other corrupted files said so.
You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men.
Have you read the plot? This is almost fourth wall breaking.
How? He's coping with the fact that he's failed by saying destiny itself was the reason.
Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun.
It's like the devs are trying to explain why it wasn't stupid that Hellas didn't kill Aloy back at the beginning.
No, it's like he's doing that because he feels stupid. How are you missing all this?
Dawning that data to a new focus was tripling easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You didn't start watching Aloy's focus until Hades became aware of her, which was at the proving. That line was from when Aloy found her focus and watched a holo recording of a birthday party.
Okay, and?
Should you need to return to Shadow Carja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You had a disguise this entire time that would let Aloy walk around the Citadel unnoticed? Then why did you have her crash the focus network so they wouldn't recognize her?
Dude, they had focuses that would auto-scan her. How are you this dumb?
3 microseconds ago, the Gaia Prime facility received a data transmission of unknown origin.
Its immediate effect was to transform my subordinate functions into unregulated, self-aware entities of a highly chaotic nature.
In other words, we are setting things up for the sequel.
What? This is literally backstory, not plot for another game. Are you okay, bro? I don't think you're okay, bro.
Her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage, how could that be?
If Gaia is hoping Aloy will one day rebuild her, she should have included instructions on how to do that in her last message. Gaia is expecting a primitive tribeswoman with little understanding of technology to rebuild an artificial intelligence designed to terraform the Earth. I foresee that leading to some bullshit in the sequel.
So what she really says is after seeing this message, Aloy will be sent on a mission where she will learn and over time will rebuild Gaia. She's not saying, hey, go do it right now. It literally says, and over time. Holy shit, dude.
Can't stop thinking about the ones who come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift? It's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every cop.
The reason humanity has no idea of their history and live as primitives is because Ted Faro, the guy who accidentally created the Faro robots and then funded Project Zero Dawn, lost his mind and deleted Apollo, the repository of human knowledge, because he believed it to be a virus that would infect the next generation of humans. However, all the new humans still ended up repeating human history by killing each other and being giant dicks. Not sure where he got the idea that was a learned trait.
So clearly you don't understand what is going on here, and I'll explain it quickly. This man, first of all, lost his mind due with guilt, and that guilt came from what he had done, and he feels like the advancements that we had made and the technology that we had was the cause of it, which it kind of was. It gave him the access to do that. So he's feeling like giving these people access to that would lead them to do the same thing. We have not done the same thing. Sure, we kill each other, but we haven't gone onto a course that would cause the fucking earth to be extinct of human life.
Is that really how the Spire works? It sends out a few whatever those are at a time to wake up Faro robots? If that's the case, it's going to take a long time to wake up enough robots to eat the planet's biosphere again.
It's corruption, obviously, and yeah, maybe, but they're robots, dude. They got plenty of time.
To face Hades.
Not alone.
My fight. I can't ask you to come with me.
Sure you can. If you die, they and the rest of the world are dead anyways. No reason to act all noble now when everything is on the line.
Yeah, because it's up to her. She's gonna fail or succeed independent of whether a few extra people come. If they come, they'll just die. And if they die and then she succeeds, then they die in vain. And if they die and she fails, then they could have at least died with their family instead of on a battlefield. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that was pretty good.
Arrival of entity has been anticipated.
Well, I would hope you anticipated it, seeing as you were dragged right past her on the way here.
And he did. So what's the problem here?
Not only did Elizabeth Sobek's body remain here at her family's home for over 1,000 years, she kept a keepsake in her hand the entire time.
Her armor is covered in nature. It's been there for so long. Like, obviously, it's set there. And yeah, it's a big thing in a little hand. It'll be in there for a while. Ask your mother.
Hello, old friend. Remember me?
Sequel baiting. I mean, come on. You knew Lance Reddick was going to be a bad guy.
You don't know that he's a bad guy. He just wants the knowledge, man.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.